What's going on, Final Frontier Warriors? That is right. Right now, you are on Facebook. You are wondering, what is David doing over here right now? Well, I am here to tell you that we are about to have some breaking news. That's right. I was sitting in the clinic minding my own business, and then news got dropped. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-bow. And we were like, OMG, we got to get this information out to YOU, right? NOW right now. That is right. And I'm going to stop spelling because I am bound to make a spelling error. So all of you out there, I know that you heard the rumblings. You saw the post, didn't you? You saw the post about 2024. I know we're not there yet, but it is upcoming. I know. You're like, David, calm down. We just entered 2023. But hey, we are NPTE Final Frontier and we are ready for this. And so are you, because we are always ready. So that being said, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to present to you what was discussed today by the FSBPT about the 2024 upcoming NPTE for PTs and PTAs. They also gave a little bit of information about the 2023, but the 2023 stuff we already knew. So what I'm going to do right now, I am going to share my screen with you, and voila. Right now, you should be seeing this image that I have up. You should be seeing this image. So what I want all of you to do right now is to recognize that this is the upcoming changes to the NPTE-PT and the NPTE for the PTA. So currently, in the year 2022 up to the 2023 region, which we are presently at for PT, it is 250 questions. 200 are scored, 50 are pre-tested, which means that 50 get dropped. I know you all knew that. It involves text, graphics, and some items with videos. That's right. If you were not aware, video questions are fair game on the upcoming exams for this year. In regards to PTA, currently, there are 200 questions. 200 questions for PTA. 150 questions are scored. 50 questions are pre-tested, aka they are dropped. This includes text, graphics, and some items with videos as well. All right. That being said, now we're going to get to the juicy part. So starting in the year 2024, for the NPTE for PTs, there's going to be 225 questions. 225 questions instead of the 250 that you may be used to. There will be 180 questions scored as opposed to the 200 currently. So 180 questions are scored. 45 are pre-tested. That means that 45 will be dropped. In this, 185 text, graphics, and video questions will be included. You are also going to be tested with 40 scenario-based questions. So what does that mean? That means that they are going to give you a scenario. They're going to describe the patient. They're going to describe what you are seeing, what they are presenting with, the signs and symptoms, everything. And then they are going to ask questions based on that scenario. This is very similar to, let's say, the PCE exam, well, the PCE and the OCS and other examinations that you may have seen previously. But this is going to be very new to this specific exam of the NPTE. So for the PT-wise, there's going to be 40 scenario-based questions. In regards to the NPTE for PTA, starting in 2024. Now, once again, I want to remind you that this is only going to begin in 2024. So for PTA, it is 180 questions as opposed to 200. So 180 questions, 140 questions are scored, 40 are pre-tested. That means 40 are dropped. You're going to have 145 text, graphics, and video questions. And you have 35 scenario-based questions, which once again, that means that they're going to give you a large description of the patient, signs and symptoms, yada, 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 and a few questions based on that. And you're going to break it down. And then you're going to answer the questions based on that scenario. Kind of like you just walked into the clinic and you got your clipboard and you're reading about the patient and you're like, what does this patient present with? How am I going to treat this patient? What exercise should I do first? What exercise should I avoid with this patient? So it's going to be very similar to what you do in the clinic, which all of you have clinical experience already. And if you don't, you're going to be able to break this down. And I know this year, a lot of people may have been concerned with video questions, but I want all of you to relax. Video questions should help you. Let's face it, reading questions can be difficult. Whether it's your first language or second language or third language, it doesn't matter. The reading aspect and the understanding of what they are asking can get very difficult at times. So now you have a video in front of you where instead of reading a description of how the patient presents, you're going to watch this video and see how they present. Instead of reading about the gait or how somebody walks, you're going to visualize and see how they're actually walking. So that being said, I'm going to stop that share. Let's close this part. Okay, don't worry, I'm still here. I know you may have missed me, but I'm still here. So what I want to run with you is some pointers real quick. So the good news is that there is no change in structure. It's going to be the same body system, MSK, neuro, cardio, other systems, non-systems, same content outline, differential diagnosis, examination, intervention. So that's okay. That's all groovy, my friends. All right. So now PT and PTA, there's going to be a task force deciding some of the changes, and they decided that it's going to be beneficial for entry-level PTs, PTAs, and this is also going to get those PTs and PTAs ready for the clinical world, which is awesome. So what did they do? So they decided to take a survey and sent it out to a bunch of clinicians to see what is currently used, which is awesome because we want to be practicing and studying what's currently used in the clinic. So those are going to be some of the changes. So as I said before, with the PT, you're going to have the 40 scenario-based questions, PTA, 35 scenario-based questions. Each scenario-based is going to have like 2 to 5 questions from that. So also in addition to that, for PTA, there's going to be an increment or an increase in questions on safety, protection, infection control, equipment devices. For PTA, there's going to be a decrement or a decrease in questions on intake dressing, modalities. Certain modalities such as iontophoresis and phonophoresis will not be tested on the PTA for the NPTE-PTA, and no vestibular for the NPTE-PTA. So I stress once again, right now I am only speaking to those PTAs out there. Now I'm going to move on to the PT aspect of it all. There's going to be a decrement or a decrease in neurointervention questions such as PNF, BOBATH, etc. But there's going to be an increase or increment in neuroexamination questions. So that's for the NPTE-PT for physical therapists out there. You're also going to have PT examination on the endocrine system will be reduced as many physicians decided that it's not going to be as needed. So physicians mainly perform these tests. So PT examinations on endocrine systems will be reduced. Negative pressure wound therapy for intake will be included. So that's going to be added. Modalities wise, phonophoresis will not be tested for PTs for the NPTE-PT NPTE-PT. So for both exams, some carryover. Phonophoresis is getting the kick to the curb. Sorry, phonophoresis, you just didn't make the cut. So that being said, I know there's so many people in here asking questions, but don't worry, we are going to answer each and every one of your questions. So If you're watching this right now and you have a question, feel free to leave a comment. We will address it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. And that being said, I'm going to hit you with a quote from Steve Jobs. If you're working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. So that being said, keep on fighting for your dreams. Keep on having that vision. Go after it. You are powerful. You are strong. You are a final frontier warrior. You will pass. Have a great day and a powerful tomorrow. Thank you once again.